one-stop shop, no frills.
Absolutely, one of the sponsors, Canadian national team, as we see Shahid Ahmedzai going in once again, looking for that fifth wicket, that elusive fifth wicket.
I'd love to see Shahid Ahmedzai go with that fifth wicket, especially being an off spinner. So there's that branching towards him.
Lovely bowling out here.
He's picked 4 wickets, and apart from me branching, the viewers and you would not agree more than to what I'm saying is that he's done hard work and he should be rewarded for his hard work.
Absolutely. Oh, that's beautifully bowled once again.
That was a ripper.
That was a rip. You could see the ball angling into the batter, drawing him forward, beating the outside edge, turn, bounce, guile, everything that you want.
He was a duck standing. He did not know what the ball was going to do.
Once again in the air, and that's it. That's the end of the innings. And as you called out, Abdul, 5 wickets for Shahid Ahmedzai, and well deserved as well. Beautifully looped up, enticing the batsman to come forward. Did not reach the pitch of the ball, and a simple loopy catch to extra cover.
Hard hands from the batter. Got his bat in time, saving his wicket. He thought that before the man at short covers plugged out the catch. And that's it for Nepal cricket, who've been dismantled at 143. 10 wickets picked up by Canadian national, my apologies, the high performance side. And it's Shahid Ahmedzai who's picked up 5 wickets for 27 runs, who's been super commanding on his bowling. And 2 wickets taken first by Rana Salman, a wicket later by Irfan Sadat, and then came in the spinner, Sukhjit Singh, was able to pick up a wicket. High performance side needs 144 runs, and we'll be joining you shortly.
Comes in, beautifully driven through extra cover, and we were talking
Between the sticks length and one odd ball he bowls from the offside. Like this one is played away, that's going to run away. Oliver Cox on the move, trying to cut the ball. Driving effort saves a couple of runs for them. And why should they, especially knowing where to capitalize on? That's their strength, and that's nice. That might be a bigger one, first big
as we speak, we see another one, but the ball went right where the fine leg fielder was placed before this delivery. So maybe a slight error in terms of the line.
Hovering on the head of Nepal. They've got to change Rana Salman Ghani.
And not a good start out here. Way down the leg side for a wide, but
6 sixes. It was off charts and mind-boggling to see any batter who can do it.
oh, that could be overthrows and probably 4 of them. Well,
That's close. That's close. That's very, very close. The height might have been an issue. That at GT20, I've seen that at the Tri-Series. The stadiums are packed with the Nepal fans. You'll have to have that. That slip false shots are
I think you spoke about this.
inducing the batsman to take that off drive.
Down the leg side, an appeal for caught behind, but
It's not a bad ball either, Venu. He used his feet, made sure that he reached the ball.
well, this time it's a beautiful stroke and a wonderful punch through the offside.
It'll be interesting if Arjun will get any assistance of the surface, taking away from the right-hander.
Nicely played in the gap once again, looking for 2.
More of a bowler, Venu, aren't you? You're more of a bowler. Trust me. Just because the ball goes by the slip, you need another one.
Well, that's the classical mistake that all captains do, right? Follow the ball. But yeah, when you are, how much skills you have, it's always good to have. As we see another full toss being played down the ground this time, and he did not miss out. Again, we see Irfan Sadat continuing from the pavilion end, bowling to Anil Kumar Saab. And that's the first wicket. We spoke about this, Abdul. We just spoke about this. That can kind of play on your mind as a batter when you don't get too much of strike, and then you suddenly come on to face a bowler whom you haven't faced much. You could probably end up. Oops! And as we see another brilliant Yorker attempted when you don't get too much of strike, and then you suddenly come on to face a bowler whom you haven't faced much. You could probably end up. Oops! And as we see another brilliant Yorker attempted, unless he got some back. Sukhjinder settling into a nice rhythm out here. As we see an attempted shot over mid-on, and Sukhjinder right at Irfan was bowling pretty well. Would you want to change him at that stage, wherein he got a wicket as well as kept the runs in check?
Will be too
And
much.
as we spoke, well, should I say comment?
The shot, especially if Rana Salman's bowling on the offside and you already premeditated to take him on the leg side, which is not suiting. Just like that.
And see another wicket out here. Abdul, you were bang on target. You
held the flag of high performance side, and then it was the Rana Salman over for 2 wickets. Has picked the gap, nicely timed. It should be a sigh of relief for single-handedly 68 runs. Mohali, and then it was Tri-Series Commonwealth Bank against Sri Lanka again. Peak Malinga, nicely deflected. There's a third one there. It goes on, the list goes on, but taking on Ireland. I was watching the game especially, and there was immense happiness. And if that would have gone in Canada's favor, game against USA, might be a different story. Canada would be the super played this year, but national contra, national game that has come in, especially for women as well. That stop edge over the head of the keeper.
Lucky. Looking for the second.
That it's going to come on. That's how you're going to connect it. And if it's the only shot in your cricket book, that's a little hindrance as a batter for you.
As we see another ball by Shahid, a huge appeal for a
flashy drive. That should be 4 runs for Nepal. Finally coming off someone's bat. That's Mohammad Arif Sheikh gets on one knee and is slammed into the offside for 4.
Something which we haven't seen till now. As we see another slog sweep being employed, and that could be a 6. Oh, that's brilliant fielding at the boundary. Definitely saved as well. Sometimes the bowler would want to appeal for everything. They would think everything is out, right? And that's why the captain, especially if you're a wicket keeper, need to have a good head on your shoulders. And we see another slog being employed on the
That's
onside.
in the gap. Nice save by
The boundary patrolling people are doing a great job here for Canada. As we see another stroke on the offside.
Brilliantly played between in the gap. There's no infield, there's no outfield, and that'll trickle away for 4 runs. The ball a bit more, giving more air, invite him forward and say that how about you take on this, and the keeper trying to stump. Same
And
like
that's
this.
exactly what happened there, Abdul. You called it. But a slight fumble from the keeper wants the captain to go for the review all the time. And so, yeah, I think probably some of the better ones have been taken by MS Dhoni, obviously.
Oh, lovely stroke, comes down, shows the beauty, elegance written all over it, and maybe great catching. As I was more feasting on the 6, you've caught the boundary.
Is that out? There's an appeal, and yes, he's been given struggling a bit in the middle overs, thanks to the spinners and a couple of medium pacers who had put some pressure. And that's out. Cotton bowled. Yeah, I think umpiring is a tough job. I would definitely say so.
No, you don't have to sugarcoat just like that, where he goes harsh, but before it's more accurate, it is scan books of the opening pair between Arjun Saud and Anil Kumar Shah. That was giving us more optimistic signs. Still, abrasive shots being played. And thanks to the batter, look at this, everything going in. What has Nepal done?
Correct. Lack of awareness there by the non-striker. Should have taken his bat out on time. That's beautifully bowled once again. Is that out? Is that out? Yes. Getting ready for facing the ball.
Has to keep everything immaculate.
That's beautifully bowled here.
Just like the line of Padam Joshi, Steve Smith, like
150 to 160 at this stage, given how well the How Performance team has bowled in the last few overs, especially the spinners. Tossed up once again in the air and just clears mid-off.
That's more than that was a good change. And 141, I doubt it, especially having that much score in the bag. And that's Gurpal Sidhu, who's chipped in and picked up a wicket, beating.
Remember who it was exactly, the batter, and he went for an expansive drive over extra cover and inside edged it onto the stump. And I'm sure he must have got a muscle from the coach and the captain.
And apart from me branching, the viewers and you would not agree more than to what I'm saying is that he's done hard work and he should be rewarded for his hard work.
Absolutely. Oh, that's beautifully bowled once again.
That was a
forward, beating the outside edge. Turn, bounce, guile, everything that you want.
He was a duck standing. He did not know what the ball was going to do.
Once again in the air, and that's it. That's the end of the innings. And as
captaincy, especially look at the way he's bowling. Who uses his shoulder more often, hitting the deck hard.
Oh, that's beautifully bowled, Abdul. You were just talking about the two slaves. I wonder if we had one more that would get out here. The one which we are used to seeing in the 90s and early 2000s, or even earlier, maybe. Who blinks first? Oh, lovely bowling here. This time slightly fuller, enticing. That's been pretty impressive so far.
Takes me back to Glenn McGrath and Brett Lee.
And as we speak, the commentators comes in, beautifully driven through extra cover, and we were talking
between the sticks length and one odd ball he bowls from the offside. Like this one, this is played away, that's going to run away. Oliver Cox on the move, trying to cut the ball. Diving effort saves a couple of runs, and why should they, especially knowing where to capitalize on? That's their strength. And That's nice. That might be a bigger one. First big one. Look at that, freeing his arms and gets a bang on 6. Anil Kumar.
Earlier he was really fine. We see another bouncer. As we speak, we see another one, but the ball went right where the fine leg fielder was placed before this delivery, so maybe a slight error in terms of the line.
Hovering on the head of Nepal. They've got to change Rana Salman Ghani.
And not a good start out here. Way down the leg side for a wide, but
6 sixes. It was off charts and mind-boggling to see any batter who can do it.
oh, that could be overthrows and probably 4 of them. Well,
That's close. That's close. That's very, very close. Height might have been an issue. That at GT20, I've seen that at the Tri-Series, the stadiums are packed with the Nepal fans. You'll have to have that. That slip fall shots are
I think you spoke about this.
inducing the batsman to take that off drive.
Down the leg side, an appeal for caught behind, but
It's not a bad ball either, Venu. He used his feet, made sure that he reads the ball.
but this time it's a beautiful stroke and a wonderful punch through the offside.
It'll be interesting if Arjun will get any assistance of the surface, taking away from the right-hander.
Nicely played in the gap once again, looking for 2.
More of a bowler, Venu, aren't you? You're more of a bowler. Trust me. Just because the ball goes by the slip, you need another one.
Well, that's the classical mistake that all captains do, right? Follow the ball. But yeah, you are, how much skills you have, it's always good to have. As we see another full toss being played down the ground this time, and he did not miss out. Again, we see Irfan Sadat continuing from the pavilion end, bowling to Anil Kumar. And that's the first wicket. We spoke about this, Abdul. We just spoke about this app that can kind of play on your mind as a batter when you don't get too much of strike, and then you suddenly come on to face a bowler whom you haven't faced much. You could probably end up. Oops! And as we see another brilliant Yorker attempted when you don't get too much of strike, and then you suddenly come on to face a bowler whom you haven't faced much. You could probably end up. Oops! And as we see another brilliant Yorker attempted, unless he got some bat. Sukhjinder settling into a nice rhythm out here. As we see an attempted shot over mid-on, and Sukhjinder right at Irfan was bowling pretty well. Would you want to change him at that stage, wherein he got a wicket as well as kept the runs in check?
Will be too.
And as we spoke, well, should I say comment?
The shot, especially if Rana Salman's bowling on the offside and you already premeditated to take him on the leg side, which is not suiting. Just like that.
And we see another wicket out here. Abdul, you were bang on target. You
held the flag of high performance side, and then it was the Rana Salman over with 2 wickets. Has picked the gap, nicely timed. It should be a sigh of relief for single-handedly 68 runs, Mohali, and then it was Tri-Series Commonwealth Bank against Sri Lanka again, peak Malinga, nicely deflected. There's a third one there. It goes on, the list goes on, but taking on Ireland. I was watching the game especially, and there was immense happiness. And if that would have gone in Canada's favor, game against USA, might be a different story. Canada would be the first played this year, but national contract, national game that has come in, especially for women as well. That's top edge over the head of the keeper.
Lucky. Looking for the second.
That it's going to come on. That's how you're going to connect it. And if it's it's the only shot in your cricket book that's a little hindrance as a batter for you.
As we see another ball by Shahid, a huge appeal for a
The
tossed wide.
flashy drive that should be 4 runs for Nepal. Finally coming off someone's bat. That's Mohammad Arif Sheikh gets on one knee and is slammed into the offside for 4.
Something which we haven't seen till now. As we see another slog sweep being employed, and that could be a 6. Oh, that's brilliant fielding at the boundary. Definitely saved as well. Sometimes the bowler would want to appeal for everything. They would think everything is out, right? And that's why the captain, especially if you're a wicket keeper, need to have a good head on your shoulders. And we see another slog being employed on the
Runs
onside.
in the gap. Nice save by
The boundary patrolling people are doing a great job here for Canada. As we see another stroke on the
This is
offside.
brilliantly played between in the gap. There's no infield, there's no outfield, and that will trickle away for 4 runs. The ball a bit more, giving more air, invite him forward and say that how about you take on this, and the keeper trying to stump. Same
And
like
that's
this.
exactly what happened there, Abdul. You called it. But a slight fumble from the keeper wants the captain to go for the review all the time. And so, yeah, I think probably some of the better ones have been taken by MS Dhoni, obviously.
Oh, lovely stroke, comes down, shows the beauty, elegance written all over it, and maybe and great catching. As I was more feasting on the 6, you've caught the boundary.
Is that out? There's an appeal, and yes, he's been given up, struggling a bit in the middle overs, thanks to the spinners and a couple of medium pacers who had put some pressure. And that's out. Cotton bowled. Yep, I think umpiring is a tough job. I would definitely say so.
No, you don't have to sugarcoat just like that, where he goes harsh, but before it's more accurate, it is scan books of the opening pair between Arjun Saud and Anil Kumar Shah. That was giving us more optimistic signs. Still, abrasive shots being played. And thanks to the batter, look at this, everything going in. What has Nepal done?
Correct. Lack of awareness there by the non-striker. Should have taken his bat out on time. That's beautifully bowled once again. Is that out? Is that out? Yes. Still getting ready for facing the ball.
Has to keep everything immaculate.
And that's beautifully bowled here.
Just like the
This
line
one now.
of Padam Joshi, Steve Smith, like
150 or 160 at this stage, given how well the How Performance team has bowled in the last few overs, especially the spinners. Tossed up once again in the air and just clears mid-off.
that's
What
more
a-
than that was a good change. And 141, I doubt it, especially having that much score in the bag. And that's Gurpal Sidhu who's chipped in and picked up a wicket, beating.
Remember who it was exactly, the batter, and he went for an expansive drive over extra cover and inside edged it onto the stump. And I'm sure he must have got a mouthful from the coach and the captain.
And apart from me branching, the viewers and you would not agree more than to what I'm saying is that he's done hard work and he should be rewarded for his hard work.
Absolutely. Oh, that's beautifully bowled once again.
That was a
Forward, beating the outside edge. Turn, bounce, guile, everything that you want.
he was a duck standing. He did not know what the ball was going to do.
Once again in the air, and that's it. That's the end of the innings. And as
Captaincy, especially look at the way he's bowling. A bowler who uses his shoulder more often, hitting the deck hard.
oh, that's beautifully bowled. Abdul, you were just talking about the two slips. I wonder if we had one more that would get out here. The one which we are used to seeing in the 90s and early 2000s, or even earlier maybe. Who blinks first? Oh, lovely bowling here. This time slightly fuller, enticing. That's been pretty impressive so far.
Takes me back to Glenn McGrath and Brett Lee.
And as we speak, the commentator's curse comes in, beautifully driven through extra cover. And we were talking.
Between the sticks length and one odd ball he bowls from the offside. this one. This is played away. That's going to run away. Oliver Cox on the move, trying to cut the ball. Driving effort saves a couple of runs. And why should they? Especially knowing where to capitalize on. That's their strength. And that's nice. That might be a bigger one. First big one. Look at that, freeing his arms and gets a bang on 6. Anil Kumar.
Earlier he was really fine. We see another bouncer. As we speak, we see another one, but the ball went right where the fine leg fielder was placed before this delivery, so maybe a slight error in terms of the line.
Hovering on the head of Nepal. They've got to change Rana Salman Ghani.
And not a good start out here. Way down the leg side for a wide, but
6 sixes. It was off charts and mind-boggling to see any batter who can do it.
oh, that could be overthrows and probably 4 of them. Well,
That's close. That's close. That's very, very close. Height might have been an issue. That at GT20, I've seen that at the Tri-Series. The stadiums are packed with the Nepal fans. You'll have to have that. That slip fall shots are
I think you spoke about this.
inducing the batsman to take that off drive.
Down the leg side, an appeal for caught behind, but
It's not a bad ball either, Venu. He used his feet, made sure that he reached the ball.
well, this time it's a beautiful stroke and a wonderful punch through the offside.
It'll be interesting if Arjun will get any assistance off the surface, taking away from the right-hander.
Nicely played in the gap once again, looking for 2.
More of a bowler, Venu, aren't you? You're more of a bowler. Trust me. Just because the ball goes by the slip, you need another one.
Well, that's the classical mistake that all captains do, right? Follow the ball. But yeah, good you are, how much skills you have, it's always good to have. As we see another full toss being played down the ground this time, and he did not miss out. Again, we see Irfan Sadat continuing from the pavilion end, bowling to Anil Kumar Shah. And that's the first wicket. We spoke about this, Abdul. We just spoke about this app that can kind of play on your mind as a batter when you don't get too much of strike and then you suddenly come on to face a bowler whom you haven't faced much. You could probably end up. Oops! And as we see another brilliant Yorker attempted when you don't get too much of strike and then you suddenly come on to face a bowler whom you haven't faced much. You could probably end up. Oops! And as we see another brilliant Yorker attempted, unless he got some back. Sukhjinder settling into a nice rhythm out here. As we see an attempted shot over mid-on, and Sukhjinder right at Irfan was bowling pretty well. Would you want to change him at that stage, wherein he got a wicket as well as kept the runs in check?
Will be too
And as we spoke, well, should I say comment?
the shot, especially if Rana Salman's bowling on the offside and you already premeditated to take him on the leg side, which is not suiting. Just like that.
And we see another wicket out here. Abdul, you were bang on target. You
Held the flag of high performance side, and then it was the Rana Salman over with 2 wickets. Has picked the gap, nicely timed. It should be a sigh of relief for single-handedly 68 runs. Mohali. And then it was Tri-Series Commonwealth Bank against Sri Lanka, again peak Malinga. Nicely deflected, nicely deflected. There's a third man there. It goes on, the list goes on, but taking on Ireland. I was watching the game especially, and there was immense happiness. And if that would have gone in Canada's favor, game against USA, might be a different story. Canada would be the supers played this year, but national contract, national game that has come in, especially for women as well. That stop edge over the head of the keeper.
second.
That it's going to come on. That's how you're going to connect it. And if it's the only shot in your cricket book, that's a little hindrance as a batter for you.
As we see another ball by Shahid, a huge appeal for a
The
fast wide.
flashy drive, that should be 4 runs for Nepal. Finally coming off someone's bat. That's Mohammad Arif Sheikh gets on one knee and is slammed into the offside for 4.
Something which we haven't seen till now. As we see another slog sweep being employed, and that could be a 6. Oh, that's brilliant fielding at the boundary. Definitely saved as well. Sometimes the bowler would want to appeal for everything. They would think everything is out, right? And that's why the captain, especially if you're a wicket keeper, need to have a good head on your shoulders. And we see another slog being employed on the
That's
onside.
in the gap. Nice save by
The boundary patrolling people are doing a great job here for Canada. As we see another stroke on the
This is
offside.
brilliantly played between in the gap. There's no infield, there's no outfield, and that'll trickle away for 4 runs. The ball a bit more, giving more air, invite him forward and say that how about you take on this, and the keeper trying to stump. Same
And
like
that's
this.
exactly what happened there, Abdul. You called it. But a slight fumble from the keeper wants the captain to go for the review all the time. And so, yeah, I think probably some of the better ones have been taken by MS Dhoni, obviously.
Oh, lovely stroke, comes down, shows the beauty, elegance written all over it, and maybe and great catching. As I was more feasting on the 6, you've caught the boundary.
Is that out? There's an appeal, and yes, he's been given up, struggling a bit in the middle overs, thanks to the spinners and a couple of medium pacers who had put some pressure. And that's out. Cotton bowled. Yep, I think umpiring is a tough job. I would definitely say so.
No, you don't have to sugarcoat just like that where he goes harsh. But before it's more accurate, it is scan books of the opening pair between Arjun Saud and Anil Kumar Shah. That was giving us more optimistic signs. Still, abrasive shots being played. And thanks to the batter, look at this, everything going in. What has Nepal done?
Correct. Lack of awareness there by the non-striker. Should have taken his bat out on time. That's beautifully bowled once again. Is that out? Is that out? Yes. Just to getting ready for facing the ball.
Has to keep everything immaculate.
That's beautifully bowled here.
Just like the line of Padam Joshi, Steve Smith, like
150 or 160 at this stage, given how well the How Performance team has bowled in the last few overs, especially the spinners. Tossed up once again in the air and just clears mid-off.
That's more than that was a good change. And 141, I doubt it, especially having that much score in the bag. And that's Gurpal Sidhu, who's chipped in and picked up a wicket, beating.
Remember who it was exactly, the batter, and he went for an expansive drive over extra cover and inside edged it onto the stump. And I'm sure he must have got a mouthful from the coach and the captain.
And apart from me branching, the viewers and you would not agree more than to what I'm saying is that he's done hard work and he should be rewarded for his hard work.
Absolutely. Oh, that's beautifully bowled once again.
That was a
forward beating the outside edge. Turn, bounce, guile, everything that you want.
He was a duck standing. He did not know what the ball was going to do.
Once again in the air, and that's it. That's the end of the innings. And as
captaincy, especially look at the way he's bowling. A bowler who uses his shoulder more often, hitting the deck hard.
Oh, that's beautifully bowled. Abdul, you were just talking about the two slaves. I wonder if we had one more that would have been out here. The one which we are used to seeing in the 90s and early 2000s, or even earlier maybe. Who blinks first? Oh, lovely bowling here. This time slightly fuller, enticing. That's been pretty impressive so far.
Takes me back to Glenn McGrath and Brett Lee.
And as we speak, the commentator's curse comes in, beautifully driven through extra cover, and we were talking
between the sticks length and one odd ball he bowls from the offside. Like this one, this is played away. That's going to run away. Oliver Cox on the move, trying to cut the ball. Driving effort saves a couple of runs for them. And why should they? Especially knowing where to capitalize on. That's their strength. And that's nice. That might be a bigger one. First big one. Look at that, freeing his arms and gets a bang on 6. Anil Kumar.
earlier, he was really fine. We see another bouncer. As we speak, we see another one, but the ball went right where the fine leg fielder was placed before this delivery, so maybe a slight error in Good afternoon and welcome back, everyone. We are now about to resume the game with Canada chasing 140 odd, which was made by the Nepal team. Batting first today, Sompal Kami charging in to bowl to Ali Nadeem. Left alone. And I need 144 runs to win this game. It's a 50-over game, remember, between the Canadian high performance squad and the Nepal national team. As I'm joined by my co-commentator Abdul.
Thank you, Venu. Good afternoon and welcome back for the second innings. That's crack and crunch through the gap. That'll be the first boundary out of Ali Nadeem's bat.
Rank longer hop, loose stuff here by Nepal and rightly punished by Ali Nadeem.
The swing in the ball, but it was too wide for Ali Nadeem and was an easy picking to get in his bag and scored 4 runs off it. Ali Nadeem is riding on a high currently. Recently won EDCA final, 50-over final S9, which is a super elite class. A strong all-rounder. Is mostly on batting. Will give strike to Shubham Sharma. So this is the ballistic partnership between Ali Nadeem and Shubham Sharma. It'll be a matter of time till you see that both the openers have driven the game down. So Nepal team to win, they'll need wickets.
Absolutely, and I think the total that they have is pretty meager. They really need to capitalize on this new ball and make sure that they get some quick wickets. We have also seen that the ball is turning a lot, gripping a lot in the middle overs, so that can also be used to Nepal's advantage. But the point is, they're just defending 139 at this time. They need 139 more runs to win. Nicely played. They cannot afford any loose stuff and have to keep it tight. Sompal Kami. Nicely bowled and nicely fielded as well.
That's nicely tonking off Shubham Sharma's bat. 139 required. A paltry total set up by Nepal for Canada high performance side. Power play would be the key. They'll want to build in the power play before that advantage being taken away. Sompal Kami finishes off the over with a dot, 5 of the over. All scored by Ali Nadeem. Sharma on the other side still has to open his account. And at once, a week ago, these two gentlemen on your screen, Shubham Sharma and Ali Nadeem, were playing against one another for the Toronto District Cricket Association final, the TDCA S9 final, held at the Maple Leaf Cricket Ground, the adjacent ground. That's where these two gentlemen were against one another. Now in the same unit, we see them batting together. It's Rijan Dhakal. And this is not required, where especially Nepal are in some noise, especially trying to get a calm start. A misfield is something that you'd least expect out of them. Two slips in position for Rijan Dhakal. 137 in 293 balls. For any of you who've just joined us, Nepal claimed the toss and elected to bat first. Coming live from King City. Excellently bowled by Rijan. He just needs a little support from the fielders. The captain's given him 2 slips to support him. And inside edge, gets very, very lucky. It's trying to protrude through that little window he finds. Look at that, nip back, inside edge, survives. Might have been unlucky for the bowler, where he could not get the ball on the stumps. Too full. A firm push. There's the vibrant energy out in the field by Nepal. Welcome back, Venu.
Thank you, Abdul. Yep, a decent start here by Canada. And as we see, overcast conditions, contrary to what it was in the morning. We're seeing the temperatures drop a bit too, so that might play on the batter's mind. And even for the fielding team, it can be a tad difficult holding on to those catches when it's cold. Nicely defended. And that's the fifth ball of the second over.
We were expecting rain a day later, not today, not tomorrow. And I did not expect that it would get this tricky. Looking for a start here. Definitely the high performance team has got a start. And a slip being taken off.
End of a good over here by Shubham. I beg your pardon, by Rijan Dhakal.
Nepal being bowled out for on the 40th over. And the man in action by picking 5 wickets was Shahid Ahmedzai. Back. Sompal Kami will continue from the north end. We'll see him bowl quite often in the power play. Will be contention till the power play is over.
Well, Canada 8 for no loss.
That's nice shape, nice late swing of the surface. It's been aided nicely to Sompal Kami's action, and the areas is looking to bowl. Something different what Nepal has to do here would be that the only chance for them will get better by picking up wickets.
Interestingly, they have a first slip and a slip which is really wide, somewhere around the fourth slip. There's a lot of gap between the two of them, or it's more like a wideish gully even, I would say.
But the gully fielder forward there, they're looking the batter to drive. In a test cricket, you'd see that gully fielder standing on the forward move. But to remind about the prowess of these two batters is that they like taking the attack on. Ali Nadeem, who's very much capable, recently played for Chicago Tigers at the minor league cricket 2024, who scored 46 runs, who also shared the locker room with the likes of Barbara. Is playing somewhere else here, Ali Nadeem, where the ball's going on the offside. Tried to, not sure if he was trying to leave that one or to play on the onside. Very risky to go against the line of the ball.
I just feel, Abdul, given what happened in the morning or in the first half of the game, it might be really interesting to see how the spinners operate here for Nepal, because we definitely saw a lot of turn and bounce. And batting was relatively easy, I would say, as we see another ball being tucked down.
Clipped off as that's running away for 4 runs. That's nicely timed by Ali Nadeem into the gap, knowing where his fielders are. It's just a tuck off his hips here. You see that, Venu, and how well he's timed that. Timing has been to perfection by Ali Nadeem. This is a second boundary. He picks up one through the off, and this time on the leg side.
That's correct. I think the line here was a bit off towards the batsman's leg, and that gave him the opportunity to tuck it around the corner.
Good single by putting that in the gap. Ali Nadeem will keep the strike.
Good start here by Canada. 12 for no loss in 3 overs. In fact, 13 for no loss with that single. Ali Nadeem scoring most of the runs, or in fact all the runs till now.
The youngsters get more chance and more exposure to the game. The muscle twitch for the team is activated, and they don on the colors with pride and making sure that they help them. This is the sole objective of this program. But what will aid this program, what will help it better is that, especially this game, Nepal hasn't got much runs on score. So they may try to use their youngsters, young budding talent, and they may try to experiment a little with a cushion given from the experienced veterans who are there on the lines. They can definitely try to mix and match.
Absolutely. This could be a nice test for their bowling unit to see how they go about defending a really low score out here. Conditions now being overcast, and we also saw that there was a lot of turn on offer for the spinners as well.
spinners to come, it'll be at least after the power play because the ball is new, there's nip in the air, they're getting swing. Will be a bad decision for the captain of Nepal to bring on the spinner early on. It might produce them a wicket, but to underutilize your fast bowler, Sompal Kami, been looking good. And not a bad ball from Rijan Dhakal till now.
Rijan has been pretty much on target.
Flicks away where the fielder is at the square leg. Cricket has been massively growing, and it will for sure be at its pinnacle in the coming years, especially the support received by TD, the major sponsor who promote cricket in the country. They've been prolific with the extended support. But also, the support also comes in with the resonance and the response from the viewers, from the spectators, from the lovers of the game, from the enthusiasts. And it has been equal and much more to grow.
It's heartening to see a lot of sponsorship support for Cricket Canada. And the more support it gets, the better it is for the growth of the game, for local sponsors, and local talent coming into the game. And that's the whole idea behind putting up this
Nicely clipped away to the fine leg. Protection in place will be only able to get one. Now, every sports, anything you're constructing out from scratch takes time to build. Castles aren't built in a day. For any sports to gain popularity, it took time. When you see NBA, a multi-billion-dollar industry, it did not happen. It only bloomed after Magic Johnson and then came Michael Jordan. That's when it turned out to be a billion-dollar industry. Now it's more than that, especially soccer having that popularity. What made it special? Its viewers. And similarly, the game of cricket has the same craze as the popular sports. Off the backward is timed it to perfection again. The spin, the go-to area. Perfection has been the basic. We will say that time and time again, especially because how well he's been able to knock it around the corner. It is Shubham Sharma this time who gets the ball, takes on the bounce and sends it between the point and the third man.
Nepal have to really puff these runs and score through fielding. At the moment, it's way too easy for Nepal. And the high performance team, 18 for the loss. As we see Sompal Kami coming into the pavilion end. Ball.
It has been easy picking, easy run collection for Canada at performance side, especially with the type of line length Sompal Kami's over is going to be a crucial turn of event here. The way he's bowling, it's definitely going to help Nepal if they want to win. But Canada is looking strong. The high performance side, right calls being made. They need to contain them off the singles, actually making sure of they're not getting off the strikes often. Singles have to try. favorite here. They need an early break.
Need to find wickets somewhere very soon. Slip being taken out.
That's close.
W, and that's given.
That is what Sompal Kami was expected to do, and he has delivered it to Nepal. Look at that shape. That's why he's taken off that slip back. And very, very close there. He moves away and straight away the umpire gives it. He's bewildered by the decision, but still the call will carry. It is Nadi who walks back.
The umpire likes that. I think the follow through of the batter probably made it closer than it was. I just feel my initial reaction was it might be slipping down the left side.
I have to say, especially after the balls nipped back in, it's difficult to make any predictions here, make any judgments, because the ball was definitely going down the leg. But the umpire who's standing up close might have seen a different story there. It may look different here because it's the game of angles. Cricket has always been the game of angles. Even you're bowling, you're batting, you're watching.
Interestingly, slip coming in for the new batter.
Ajay Singh. Early on, to pile some pressure on the youngster. Good experience for him. Looks confident. Maybe some pressure. Repel that going for any of your is butterflies on your stomach.
It's all there and it's always good to get a little bit of pressure, a little bit of butterfly in the stomach is always good. Just keep your ego in check. You can just put that swag out and play as if he owns the world and play beautifully as he does. Close, clever and short point just for that particular shot.
Sympathetic effort from the fielders. It's just not towards that point. Also the fielder behind him at gully. Tried to dive in the same fashion. Nerves and pressure, yes, it does keep you in check and says about the responsibility that you want to take on. It's always good to have that little tingling sensation in you that says that you want to make the opportunity count. Doesn't say that you're taking it for granted.
It was nicely bowled here, but great comeback here. I think he was definitely on the right leash on the batters in this score. So everything was comes forward, as you can see, and that's where we got the LBW. Canada team still 18 for 1. 5 overs.
The boundaries may dry up, especially with the departure of see that technology coming out soon for games like this as well.
The keeper was more interested. The bowler kind of joined later.
The bowler did not know what was happening, and he just went in sync. Nicely down to fine leg by Brutel. Has been kept quiet in their batting. They've been tamed. Credit has to go to the Canadian high performance bowling side. The coaches were along the lines, taking laps. Bowlers were doing the job, and every time Coach Puram Chauhan alongside Rahul Bhatt, they saw an opportunity. They didn't speak. Timely messages were also sent. This is nicely timed. Again, contemplation from the batter to know what he's doing. Look at that, how tall he stands in the eyes of the ball as it peaks up. Javi Singh, very new. The game of cricket, and yes, he has played the field of cricket he's playing is new.
Very good conditions for bowling out here. Saw a bit of wind in the air in the morning as well. Offer all Canadian bowlers use that to their advantage.
Reminds you of England. Bridges has been using that as well to his advantage with Sompal Kami. It's just he has been wicketless, and the areas he's used has been disappointing. Back of the length, they want to target. Upish, and that's the shot from the young Javi Singh. And indeed, courageous one. Flying fielder inside the circle. Saw the opportunity to liberate his arms, and he's done that nicely to get 4 runs.
This was played purely on the leg offer. Slightly foolish bring the ball back in once again to look for the LBW also. This time the batter got the bat down on time, over the vacant mid-on.
The left-hander is bowling in over the wicket for the right-hander, and it is expected with that gap between the mid-on and mid-wicket that's open, that's vacant. So we'll have to be very mindful, especially and will also knows that the ball.
Different approach here between Canada and Nepal. Canadian bowlers are all lanky, getting a lot of bounce on offer, hitting the seam more. Whereas Nepal bowlers are more focused on getting the ball, looking for swing. Two different approaches in the same game. Interesting. Once again, beautifully. That's the right channel. That's exactly what we saw this morning being done by the Canadian bowlers.
Sharma ideas are.
So quite surprisingly, maybe for the line break.
Away from the shoulder, right decision made by the umpire. Between the stumps. They want to target the off stump, the first stick. Third stick, if it's been considered third stick to off, then the third stick is getting some seam off the surface. Not bother the bowler.
Interestingly, both called.
This is one of the various acts from Al Kamis, especially having no runs, not enough runs being scored by the batters. They can do is bowling a no ball, especially giving the opportunity for a batter, giving a chance for a batter to swing his arm. Especially we've seen Ajay do it already, take on a boundary from that mid wicket side. Let's see if Singh optimally uses moves away from the line, is wasted that. We are happy. He's played with the line. Why does he have to come down and go away to the leg side? I think that he'll be using the other channel.
Yeah, that was a easy miss there. The length of the ball, he could have us.
Too many shots spoil the broth. Similarly, too many thoughts they clutter your mind. So you've got to be clear in your approach. That's one of the coaches of Nepal on the sidelines, making sure that the discipline approach is there for the cricketers. And it's clear in their approach, irrespective of the outcomes. You give your best on the day, and the day changes for you if it's not today your best of the days. But surely, there's always going to be a new dawn.
For one Canada. Over. Using that's brilliant. What a ball that was. Incredible. Of length. Generating some pace out here. As a sailor, getting the wicket in this over.
Only they're looking for one more wicket, and that should be of Shubham Sharma. 115. Go after this over. Stayed low. Come on. And Sompal Kami finishes the over. Got away with one no. 3 runs come off this over. 4 and a wicket. The match digital age. Messing with you, just messing with you. The production team is trying to play on you. Back in the action. What do you make of this from Canada? to twirl the ball into a right-hander.
I think we're beginning to see some signs of inconsistent runs at the moment. And a bit of ball holding up. So there's something happening with the wicket. If Nepal could Nepal ODIs just try to ride advantage by targeting the stumps more, leaving the SW to play.
Business coming, not hallucinating. They won't be able this season. His cricket skills have been highly praised and spoken about. Look at his balance, the stance is taking. Left-hander. He might have come to avenge his fallen comrade. Ajay Singh. I love the celebration, but it was a little too close to Ajay Singh. Might have been beaten. But very close, very close. I wouldn't say that he was physical with him or pointed at Ajay Veer. I was like, you've got the liberty to celebrate, haven't you?
But I don't know, if I'm going by the book, if you see the ICC laws and regulations, I feel
Come
that
on, Veer. You yourself are a bowler. You have to let Jan get away with that.
he should not have done it. I'm just saying. Quick single into the shoes. There's a direct hit. But the shit is choking catch. A tight single. Rotate strike.
Running back from Sharma, who straight away called. There was a yes and no from Samra. He completes. Lanky left-hander, one more left-hander with the spinner. He named the spinner the lanky left-hander. Stands out for me is from his batting. I'm not going to talk too much till he comes out and exhibits what he's capable of. Name that resonates often of him, Raj Samra, is because he's part of nation tour in Malaysia. ODI one-day game. Malaysia playing against Hong Kong. Very first game he was dismissed cheaply, and knowing he was where his error was, despite that in the next game he's a lot about the young lad.
Lovely looking drive. Well fielded. Nepal fielders are putting the balls well out here.
Fielders are making sure they keep their arms warm. I wasn't expecting this goal, especially this morning. It was absolutely great conditions. Take a nap menu for you.
Cold out here.
You're supposed to be in sun and rain and also in cold, but love doing this. Just love doing it for the passion of the game. The spectators know who to blame if it's raining. It's not me, clearly. It's not Abdul Muqeed. It's Venu. You know your man. Send in your bills.
Hoping for a great contest out here. At this moment, it certainly looks like one. Canada 32 for 2. Still require 112 runs to win, which may not look a lot, but given the conditions.
Nicely. That's come nicely off the bat. It was very close.
Fielding.
He's been sent off by Shubham Sharma from the one strikers in. And with that, the over ends for Sompal Kami, I'm assuming. Just with that fade off. Yeah, that's Sompal Kami. That's finished his over. Indeed. Awareness from the keeper. Stood on the stumps as soon as the ball was sent off the bat. 2 for 2. Yuvraj Samra batting still yet to open his account of 6 deliveries, and Shubham Sharma hanging in the middle tight. 7 of 16.
Unchanged as well with the bowling. Oh, that's beautifully bowled. It's creating some issues out here with this angle. Once again coming round the stumps. Nicely bowled.
Might have been a tricky time for Samra and Sharma to hang on. Opens that front leg. He's still looking out for that range hitting in the leg side. When you see that front leg being open from Shubham Sharma, will be a ball in his court. That's a good bounce from the wicket keeper to the wicket keeper. Beg your pardon. Just absorbing on what Rajan Dhakal's bowling. 1 wicket for Sompal Kami and 1 picked up by Rajan Dhakal by his fantastic celebration.
I think I was about to say that Shubham has to be a little careful out here, given how Ajay Veer Singh got out in the previous over. It was a similar delivery that just took off from a good length. And it's that one spot which Rajan Dhakal is trying to target now, where the ball is just taking off from a good length spot. This time it comes in.
It becomes at times difficult for a batter to get your reach towards that off direction, especially if you're standing on the first stump, opening that front leg. You're more trying to expose your stump, looking for that slot ball in your region, in your range, and that's when you'll be able to hit. But look at Rajan, how smartly he's bowling away from the batter. He's kept that and bought this one sharply. Look how Shubham's taking his stance. It's more a little away from the stumps. He's not covering it completely, but more towards the leg side he wants to access. It's very evident what he wants to do, and see what Rajan does. Goes down, that's poor. That's very, very poor from Rajan Dhakal. We were expecting that he might bowl on the offside, but it has come off his leg side, trying to clip it away. And look at him, he's ready at the leg side to take that ball on, and he hasn't been in any confusion.
Five runs given off that ball, a wide and a boundary. Rajan once again. Nicely played on the offside and just stopped inside the ropes. Fielder saved 2 there. Fielding the deep at third man. As we approach the last ball of the 10th over. Canadian high performance team, 39 for 2. side. That's the end of the over. Canada high performance team going at 4 and over, 40 for 2 after 10.
End of the power play. That finishes off the power play with 2 wickets for the high performance team. With 2 wickets, one Ali Nadeem, the opener, and then it was Ajay. So Kami to continue. Will be his 6th over, and they're using Kami's skill to scalp another one. I say that they're not going to take overs home, so good captaincy from the captain to keep the attack on. Nicely back of the length. There'll be a chase for the fielder. Has timed it well. Will he be able to cut off in time? Good effort to chase the ball. Solid timing from the batting. Shubham Sharma looking in good touch, giving us glimpses. They'll have to force Sharma to hit them over covers. They'll have to force him to play that false play, making sure that he is not able to access the leg side. That'll be one way they can bind him. Do you think it'll be a lapse of concentration from the non-striker as well, just keeping Samra away for a longer period of duration from the strike, and they keep on Shubham Sharma, just get him a little frustrated so that he doesn't score runs? And what do you think about that?
I think we saw a glimpse of that in the first innings as well. And when both the Canadian openers were playing, Arjun and Anil. Anil was kept off strike for a long time, which kind of reflected in the shot that he got out. No ball signal once again. This is not good from Nepal. I think they can't afford to give away these freebies.
This is the second no ball being bowled by Sompal Kami, and he cannot afford any no balls or any extras, especially with 2.58 an over. They require only 3 runs an over, close to 3 runs an over, and they've still got enough batting depth to come. And good opportunity for Yuvraj Samra to swing his bat around.
Yep. As a batter, I would be licking my lips and fingers. I'm happy to get a free hit like this early on in my innings to get me going.
And what a way to open your account as well. He hasn't got started yet. He's faced 6 balls. And shall we see one? Short ball of Samra, and a great comeback to cover the no ball. Efficiently bowled by Sompal Kami. But he still has to take that uppercut. Was quick. "18-year-old little fella, but has got his heart of steel." Played a couple of games for Vancouver Knights. Who sent down the order, who usually comes, likes batting on top of the order. On a game he was not out. I I was very surprised and stunned to see Samra not get enough opportunities in Vancouver Knights, especially because he was not out and most of the batters were failing. They're not getting as many runs as was expected on a tricky surface, but he could have been one of the options, especially where he scored some runs for the team. Did not have enough balls. That's away.
In the gap. There was a fielder at gully waiting for that shot, but he played it away from him on purpose.
Completed, 45 for 2. Sharma and Samra, who's opened his account. 99 required in 234 balls. Might see the first change for Nepal. Arif Sheikh, who might bowl spin. Ominous signs for Nepal here, who are trying to recover. We'll see if the wickets may reinvigorate them.
Interesting change here. Spin being brought on early. Magnus, sort of medium pace.
You've been hoodwinked. Oh, it also does on the batter as well. 99 runs required, and keeper standing up close may frustrate Samra to get off the crease and play his shots. It's always keeper standing on top on your head with some pressure, especially when you're not as quick as expected. A medium pacer restricts you to come out. Great capture by the camera team. Got the full view. Go back like how the climax builds, just with every ball he bowls, just with a wider angle as he runs in. Getting narrower.
Beautiful place to play cricket. See, when you screen outfield, the opens space
zip back in. Excellent running by Kamran and Shubham.
Nepal has done quite well in the last 2 or 3 overs, so they haven't really given away too many runs. कोशिश कर लेनी ये बची ये एक्सपेक्ट करते हैं कि बॉलिंग में but I don't think Jaya has really gone for much there. Still decent numbers coming in. Again, even in the brilliance, couple of overs late, but hopefully it was the time.
The thing is that after those 2 wickets, he got gotten away with a boundary. End of the over. See the score being on 48. Bowling Sandeep Chopakani, 1 wicket, and Vijayendra Akal, who's been slightly more spendthrift than his fellow partner. 5 in over with Chopakani, 5 for 3 in over with the wicket. Current run rate, they're going on 4, required 2.53 in over. The game hasn't slipped from Nepal's hands. The capacity the team has to build onto a heavy high target run, they haven't really explored it today.
Especially after the start that they got in the first innings. Everybody was looking at scoring at least 250, 270. Good fight back by Jaya in the last 2 overs. Let's see a bowling change. Kuldeep Batra in the bowling pavilion. Wide.
He's been kept busy today behind the stumps. A no ball, a wide going down for 4 runs. And Batra, especially having a low scoring game, they are not having much of runs to defend. They're a little more finicky about where they're bowling. Short of 50 for high performance.
And gap side. Single. Calling here. Raj. It's imperative that in a low scoring game like this, you need to kind of keep the scoreboard moving. Otherwise, the scoreboard pressure gets to you at some stage. I saw that the easiest way to pick wickets is to stop the flow of runs, as we saw in the morning.
The channel for the fast bowlers, if we compare over by over, we definitely cannot go back to 40 overs what they've bowled, but taking sessions, bits and pieces of 10 overs in the initial stage of Canada High Performance team's bowling. Nicely bowled, nicely hit, but that'll save very straight, too straight for Samrat to collect any runs.
Yep.
The bowling has been between the stumps for the high performance team, and that's how Sompal Gami was trying to bowl. But then a bit later, different areas, and they'll have to contrive, they'll have to create a shot out of ingenuity. They cannot play ball by ball, game by game. There'll have to be something they'll have to inflict.
Again, he was targeting the stumps, bowling straight, giving nothing away. This is the exact kind of bowling that is needed to restrict coverage in this best. back. We see Yuvraj taking on the initiative in this over, scoring a well-needed boundary right after the break. This is the 15th over in operation. Down the leg side and called wide. Waiting to see when this spins will go down. We had a huge impact in the first innings of the game, the middle overs. Initially left out spin. That's down the leg side and just cleared deep fine leg by a few inches for a 6. Had lucky there, the batter, and it straight into his hands. The ball deserved to be hit, but just over the fielder at fine leg. Canada getting on after the break. Over of the previous over and a 6 now. 7-2. Played. The over. Medium high performance team, 67 for 2 with 15 overs. Shubham Sharma, 22 of 37 deliveries. Yuvraj giving him as we see the 6 replay once again. It was a game of inches, and that's what it was on that occasion as well. And see spin being introduced for the first time in this inning. For a while, all about strike rotation and catching up on the back deliveries as we see the batter changing gloves. Anil Kumar Saab, called opening batter, who looked really good in the morning session. Bowling. Yuvraj, 12 of 22 deliveries. And we all saw a record break in the first innings. Would be interesting to see how it plays out in this inning. Cut away nicely by Yuvraj in the gap. And that's a boundary. This is good batting out here by Canada. They've shown some intent after the drinks break and have found the boundary most of the time when they attempted it. It was a loose delivery, short and wide, and had to be dispatched. bowler. End of the 16th over. 72 for 2.
Thank you, Venu. Much needed break for everyone, and especially the high performance team who's changed the palette. We're going for boundaries, especially thanks to Yuvraj Samra, who's put some entertainment on this game. I'm sure that he hits boundary every time he's taken a strike on. Played with much more sense and maturity than expected of his age. On 17 of 25, Shubham Sharma 22 of 40, and for sure there's no harm Shubham being playing slow here. Is taking the innings, building it. That's come off the edge and very short. Superbly close, very, very close. And he survives. Was one ripper. Bowler pole. Gulshan Kumar Jha. Samra was startled with that bounce. He for sure did not know what to do, and the best he could have done is to survive, and somehow the god of luck on his side today.
So again, it's a mouse.
Sweet chin music for Shubham Sharma. One from Zahid Shirzad. Now see that from Gulshan Kumar Jha, who's got that fire in their belly as a fast bowler. Is making sure the batsman rises to the standard to play him. The length pushes that in the gap. It's going to be a good game between Samra, who's sometimes found it difficult to go against bouncers.
Oops. Bit of sloppiness in the field. Ball ricocheted off the stumps. And they took an extra bowler throw as well. So Nepal just got to back this up a bit. Well, yeah, sweet chin music it was for the first two balls. I heard that after a long time. Don't see that very evident in today's slam bang cricket.
Again, pushes in the gap. It's just because how the game has evolved and the evolution of the game. Bowlers coming more towards the wicket. You can see that making Yorkers good length. They're stock balls, not many bowl bouncers, especially you'd see that bounces being used only in Test cricket. ODIs have also tried with bouncers, not many. Sometimes bowlers forget the variety they've got in their artillery. They have the different areas to explore.
Timed in the gap as well. That's a beautiful.
What a shot that is. Sublime, subtle and classical from the left-hander. Yuvraj Samra looking amazing. Look at that classy shot from Samra. Just times it well, and he even did not know that to pass away from the fielder. 4 runs. I'm sure his dad will be watching him every time he plays. His parents are there to support. Father's put in a lot of effort grooming Samra. He himself played cricket back season. Samra flourishes. He says that he takes a lot of pride seeing him play.
Beautifully timed. More importantly, in the gap as well. It's a lovely straight drive once again, and just goes through half stop at mid off, looking for the second run, which would be completed as well.
He will not be trouble with full deliveries and good length. Look at that. And, whiff coming off. 51 runs in for 2 wickets.
See, yes, that is Anil Pasha continuing from the northern end.
Looks like a dead end. They are heading towards Nepal team. They'll soon, especially run rate going under 1, they'll have to seek out for wickets here. That's going to be their only guiding light in this match. If not, they are for sure heading towards 2. The roles have reversed. It looks like Yuvraj Samra has spent more time than Shubham Sharma on crease.
Interestingly, Abdul, I think if you compare this with the morning session, we have seen a complete reversal as well. If you remember, in the morning session, there was hardly any trouble for the batters in the first 15 overs, and they didn't lose a wicket. And right after the break, they lost a flurry of wickets. Whereas here, they lost a couple of wickets in the first few overs, and after that, especially after the drinks break, they've kind of found some rhythm batting.
Can happen for numerous reasons. Teams can get comfortable before that drinks break. That wicket of Ajay Veer Singh and Ali Nadeem, they were in the rush, in adrenaline, knowing the need of the hour, that they'll have to pick wickets to win. Somewhere, when the teams get comfortable, that's when they start losing the track. That's when they digress from the objective. I think that is what has happened with Nepal team too. They've got early 2 wickets, better than the start of the high performance team when they were bowling, because it took them around 17 to 18 overs to get the first breakthrough. But Nepal was successful in the starting first 10 overs, getting hold of Ali Nadeem. But then what they've failed to do is that to capitalize.
End of the over. 18 overs gone, so 85 for 2. 37, and Yuvraj Samra started pretty fast at 25 to 31 now.
The idea would be that the team tries to focus and play this game more like a T20 if the ball is in their slot. Might be the clear message from Coach Karan Chauhan too, especially making sure the strike rate of their batters remains high, knowing that the team's under development. They'll have to pave their way long ahead if they're looking at. Because it's going to be a gigantic climb for them.
It'll be interesting to see left-arm spin being introduced now. We saw that left-arm spinners had a huge advantage in the game in the morning session. That was from the other end, Abdul, if you remember, both Sukhjinder and
Shahid Zai.
Shazai, they were both bowling from the northern end. That's where they got maximum coverage out of the wicket.
From this side as well, the turn was there for Sukhjinder, and later on he realized that this was the end at times. They tried an experiment looping, and that's when they identified there's some turn. But do you think they've invited spinner a little late, because you've been talking about the sides they could have used him from here?
That's correct. And I just felt that a couple of overs before, or even during the Prince break, they would have directly got spin. That would have been a smarter move just to change the pace of the game a bit. Oh, and as we speak, he bowls an arm ball and beautifully deceives the batter. And Shubham Sharma played all over it, left the gap between bat and pad, and the ball sneaked.
My jaw is absolutely dropped. Look at that. Big gap. And the way he penetrates, it's like a rocket coming into you. And how come? Look at that forward strike. That's a dream delivery for an off spinner. And you even were jubilant on that ball hitting onto the wickets. Look at that. It gets just better from a closer angle. Comes in and they're all happy here. Shubham Sharma.
After the turn.
It did turn. But the bowler's having a better of him.
Is that the break which Canada needed? Beg your pardon, which Nepal needed? Does this open the doors for Nepal to come back into this game, which was kind of slipping away from them with this partnership? As we see Kanwar Thakur.
Will be acrimonious of saying that it does not jar the opportunity for Nepal to come back, because every wicket is a climb back. So this is a good opportunity for Nepal to come back in the game. They're still trying their level best to creep back in the game. So this is good fighting spirits from the Nepal cricket team and the captain of Nepal to ensure that they're still going hard at the Canadian high performance team. On your screen is Kanwar Thakur.
Canadian wicketkeeper. Got a couple of really good catches, especially against left-arm spinners in the morning session. Wait to see the approach.
He's played for team India. Thakur misses on and Kanwar straight away opens his account. On one end they're trying to put the pressure, but the fielding has been a little disappointing for Nepal. A left-hander to a left-hander. A right-hander? Lalit Narayan, correct me if I'm wrong. Just got a little carried away. He's got a wicket. Nicely played. That's going to be a sixer. As flat as it gets for Yuvraj Samra. He has blasted that one out of his bat.
That sounded really sweet. The moment it hit the bat, he knew it was six. Picked the bones out of that. Over wide long on. Picked the right ball as well to play that shot. Right in the slot. You see another angle. Beautifully played. This guy looks a huge prospect.
This young lad, the way he keeps his head still while striking the ball is just amazing.
Once again, beautiful looking straight drive. I think we are sitting pretty far away, Abdul, from the action, but still you could get that sweet sound of the ball hitting the bat when Yuvraj Samra is batting. And that's a big feature of, knowing when the batter is in good nick and how well he's batting the ball as well.
And what would fascinate you is that his strike rate for Yuvraj Samra. However, Anil Kumar Saha will continue to bowl. Look at him batting at 32 of 33. At once he came later to Shubham. He started accelerating, and the feature about his batting is that just to add on would be knowing when to change the gears.
That's correct. He is slowly settling into a great batting rhythm now, and he's seeing the ball now really well. It's important that he maximizes this and goes on to score a big one here to get Canada home. As we see ball up this time.
That was the angle how Lalit Narayan got hold of Shubham Sharma. That's where the angle, he felt that it might go away, but it came back.
That was nicely put once again. He's getting some turn now. Anil Kumar Shah.
Inside it saves him.
I think the batters need to use their feet more on this track. As you can see that there's turn and bounce on offer. Unless you reach the pitch of the ball, it's kind of a little difficult to play the ball perfectly. As you saw on 2 occasions in this over that the ball was hitting the shoulder of the bat more than middle of the bat because of the excessive bounce and the turn as well.
A ball before we finish the over. This will be the 20th over bowled by Anil Kumar Shah. And Kanwar will have to wait to get off the strike. Is batting on 1 of 6 balls. Yuvraj Samra on 33 of 34, 20 overs completed. That's how the score looks like for the high performance team. Was on a tour for the Malaysia-Hong Kong series, where he played 1 day. And always a factor not to neglect about the strike rate, at what rate the batter strike the ball. That shows their ability. More about the ability is about carrying the game forward, accelerating and knowing what to hit, when to hit. Especially if you're playing in middle orders, you don't have the liberty to enjoy the power play.
That's correct. Middle order batting is all about getting into a nice rhythm, finding the gaps, hitting the bad balls away. And Yuvraj Samra is doing it beautifully at the moment by rotating strike and making sure that the scoreboard is ticking all the time. It's really good to watch.
It's Kanwar Tadgur against Lalit Narayan.
Bowled, wicket to wicket, giving nothing away. Lalit Narayan.
Look at the dryness of the surface, the dust surface produces when the batter's trying to move his feet. Sees that how well the ball can grip to benefit the spinner.
Looks to me like a day 5 test pitch in India. The way the ball, the way the dust is picking off the wicket and the grip and turn on offer as well. That's beautifully bowled and nicely played as well. That's the exact line Lalit Narayan would want to be operating on, drawing the batsman forward, trying to challenge more catches.
Love seeing that forward defense from Kanwar Tadgur.
Once again, nicely bowled and nicely played in the gap as well. There's a good batting out here by both the Canadian batters in the middle. Good communication as well, looking for that quick single. As we discussed this morning as well, you know, it's the singles and these rotation of strike that kind of puts off the bowler and the fielding team as well, and especially when it's a left and right hand combination.
This will hurt Nepal. This combination, right and left combination, will hurt Nepal, any team, especially in middle overs. It tires the fielders off, knowing that it's a left-hander. That's the scorecard, the highest scorer so far. cuts away. Takes off a good drift of the surface. Anil Kumar Shah. 48 runs required, and the sailing has been smooth for Canada except for losing two early wickets. And that hasn't bothered much for the likes of Samra and Kanwar Thakur, who's just walked in. That's close. That's very, very close. That's very, very close. And he's unhappy. Similar to the yesterday's dismissal against Oman. One more time, Kanwar Thakur goes on a low scoring.
As you see, played across the line, but I'll say a tad unlucky there.
Very unlucky for me. Very unlucky. Look, have a look at that replay one more time. Looks that he's definitely missing the leg stump. Is suggesting, he's eluding the umpire somehow, that is standing away from the leg stump, but the first point of contact might have showed that he might have hit on in front of the leg stump. Look at that in the slow-mo, where Anil Kumar Shah comes to bowl, is leaving the leg stump and standing there, gets onto his back leg, not the front leg, and Kanwar Thakur.
Even then, Abdul, I just feel that it was still missing leg. Even then, you know, even after the shuffle, it was evident that the ball was excessively turning and bouncing as well, right? So hard to, I mean, it's a little hard on the batter, I just felt.
Unlucky dismissal for Kanwar Thakur. Untapped potential walks out of the middle.
As we see Christian Kalicharan walk out.
Hails from Trinidad and Tobago. Quite spoken about, Christian Kalicharan. He's played List A games for Windies.
Nepal trying to make a match out of it. 96 for 4, Canadian high performance team. So it could get interesting if they get one more wicket now in quick succession.
The wicket should be of Yuvraj Samra. Okay, so I'm not guiling. I'm not praying or wishing that he should be out, because the fanatics and the fans of Samra might come at me and saying that expecting the man to get out. But from the perspective of Nepal, it is him who's the danger.
Especially making the play at the moment.
Especially one sitting amongst us.
In the air, and that's taken once again. This is great bowling here by Nepal. Exceptional cricket here, applying pressure in the middle overs through spin. We spoke about this a while back, that spin could play a huge part in this game. And Christian Kalicharan
wanted to push it on towards the offside, but the turn took it to the leg side where the short mid-wicket fielder was. And it's not just him who's appalled, but we as well. Might have expected some good cricket from Christian Kalicharan, but departs early with a soft dismissal.
That sets the cat amongst the pigeons in this game, and looks like this is going to be a tighter contest than we expected. 96 for 5, Canadian high performance team. Nepal fighting back and really making them work hard for their runs. As we have Gursahib Singh, the right-handed batter, making his way to the middle. And we have another over from Lalit Narayan from the pavilion end coming up. A lot rests on the shoulders of Yuvraj Samra. Nepal are chirping and loud on the field now. Nicely bowled by by Lalit and tucked around the corner for a single by Yuvraj Samra. And I think his wicket, as you said rightly, Abdul, in the previous over, is the key for Nepal to make amends. The new batter in, right-hander facing the left-arm spinner. See a slip coming in. That's a good move. And we might see some more close-in fielders trying to put some pressure on the batters in the middle.
Let's take this example. You see a crown. Crown is really prized, but Samra is that jewel on the crown that is highly shining. That's his situation right now. Oh, that's a ripper.
Beautiful delivery.
He was bamboozled by it.
Unplayable. For a batter facing his first ball, hard to put bat on ball to that one. Tucked around the corner on the leg side for a single. As we see the Canadian high performance team putting their 100. Yuvraj Samra taking strike with Lalit Narayan. I wonder what must be going through his mind now. He's been constantly losing partners on the other end the last few minutes. As he goes for the sweep and perfectly finds the gap at the square leg boundary. Beautifully played.
Losing partners hasn't been a concern for Samra, who's looked confident. Look at that bat come down and a stylish stroke again from Samra to pick the gap at the deep fine leg. Will only get better on the replays. He knows he's got the run. He's got the run. 6 runs already completed in this over. So he hasn't got to take risk.
Great approach. He knows what he's doing. Once again,
Sensible.
playing out the over by Lalit Narayan and shielding his partner as well. I believe he'll be more effective against the right-hander with that angle.
And I love the fact when you told amend, not change. It's just not change, but also to improve. Is that if they could have got spinner a bit early, if they could have got the introduction to the innings, they might have felt. But again, a question of new ball. Would the spinner be getting enough turn of the new ball? He'll have to try the same gamble how Mahendra Singh Dhoni used to take on Ashwin. You have to be confident on your players, because that's one different bowler. Especially might be biased because Ashwin is one of the off spinners that stands out alongside Nathan Lyon, especially with a great control. But it's not easy. Always there's a drop in the captain's head when they go out with the finger spinner on the new ball.
And the best part is Ashwin also confesses that he loves bowling with the newer ball, which is what you want from your bowler. Oh, that looks close again and definitely looked closer than the previous one, Abdul.
What has just happened here? I'm as surprised as you are. I wasn't. Look at that pitch. Oh, it's below the knee roll, Venu.
Only did he feel it's outside the line of off stump.
Umpire suggesting that the impact. Okay.
It's kind of touch and go.
Gursahib Singh. 42
Still one
required.
slip in operation.
It's getting interesting by the closure of the game.
Pretty overcast and dark, even at the moment.
It's just 4.
Short delivery, poor ball, could not put it away, but still gets a single.
all working in kindness. Gursahib Singh with Anil Kumar Sa says that indeed it was a poor ball, but let me treat you with love and kindness. Gets only one out of it.
Canadian high performance team on 103 at the moment. As we see another one tossed up and driven down the ground by Yuvraj.
Playing good with just 5 wickets going down. That has been only the blemish on the part. Strong on 40 of 41. Has been marvelous so far with the stroke making. The only ugly shot of his bat was he being bamboozled by the delivery bowled by Gulshan Kumar Jha. That is the only time he had no answer, but he's been scoring offside, leg side, sweeping.
We see another delivery bowled by Lalit Narayan. Just took off from a good length. There's a lot of turn on offer and a lot of bounce as well. So as you see, Samra coming down and tapping on that area of the pitch from where it took off. Lalit once again. Oh, that's beautifully bowled, and probably the same issue here as once again stuck outside the line of off stump.
I felt there were two sounds here. I felt a little that we might have heard two sounds. They're very close to the bat, and would have been a detrimental blow to the Canada high performance side if this wicket was taken out.
Again, a puff of dust as he played that shot. Shows that these are dry conditions at the moment and ideal for spin bowling. This would be interesting. Gursahib Singh facing Lalit Narayan. And we see a bit of attacking field out here. They have a short extra cover slightly closer to the bat. It pushed back now. That's exactly where the ball went, just past him.
Yuvraj is making sure that he's taking the strike on Gursahib Singh till he finds his rhythm. This is a young team, a lot of young players in this high performance squad, especially looking at the future. If you're forecasting what the future might look for Canada.
This one keeping low. But nicely played at the end by Yuvraj. Watching the ball closely.
Dealing well, knowing how the ball's reacting of certain areas and how it's coming onto his bat. Soft hands is the key here. He hasn't tried to hit the ball too hard. Even if you see it, it looks like he's coaxing away. Just a little flutter and fondle of his bat, but we'll keep it in our continuity once we are back 25 overs done. Losing 5 wickets, Canada high performance side. Scores 106. Samra 9 short of his half century. He does 50 runs. And to win 38 required. Hopefully Samra would be looking to contribute. Canadian high performance side. Off the back foot, looking steady. Take the second, but will only be able to do one.
Nepal needs to cut down these singles in order to put some pressure. We saw that in the morning how Canada worked on that strategy of cutting down the runs and easy singles, and that contributed to a lot of wickets falling, not easy to score on this track, especially with the ball getting old and the spinners coming into play.
And a notable point to argue is that the bowlers who are bowling from the high performance side, the captain gave them that feel. The captain's given them that feel only on one side. You and me had the discussion saying that when Padam Joshi had to come to bowl, the leg side was all full with offside being all vacant.
That's in the air and just past short mid-wicket as well. That was close.
That should have been bagged. That should have been bagged.
We see the replay. Yes, I agree. Slightly poor in the field there, Nepal. That man has been kept there precisely for that shot.
If he takes that start, what he's doing right now, he would have got that in his pouch. Carrying has been a problem for Nepal today with the batting to aggravate. The fielding hasn't been playing along well. A ball remains for Gursaib Singh to come to the keeper's side to face one. His partnership, 14 runs of 23 balls.
Got 34 runs. See, cut. Went straight to the fielder, and that's the end of the over. 26 overs gone. The Canadian high performance team, 110 for the loss of 5 wickets. Need 34 more runs to win, which on any other day would have been an easy task, but not on this wicket. Back in the game, and the same is the case now with Nepal and their spinners trying to make amends. Yuvraj Samra, the key wicket, the left-hander who's looked really elegant and untroubled. He's going to be taking strike to Lalit Narayan, and his wicket is the key out here, as we see Lalit Narayan bowl to him.
It's forward in a proper defense. Tidy batting. I'll say that watching Yuvraj Samra. He's got clean work. Inside edge gets lucky in the gap. Will be happy with one.
And if you see his technique as well, it's pretty uncomplicated. He looks very compact, doesn't have any flashy moves or any, huge backlift or any other trigger movement. He just waits for the ball and plays it on merit. And that's what is needed to survive and to kind of play at this level. Sometimes I just feel in today's modern day slam bang cricket, batters try to move around a bit. They have flashy backlifts coming into play. I think Yuvraj looks the part out here when it comes to technique.
That's a very complex term, technique, especially talking about a young 18-year-old who's got in a gist, who summarized with his defense, with his shots. Rightly said, Venu, because not easy.
That was close as well. Turn, bounce.
It requires a lot of practice, knowing the trigger movements. You're telling that they move a lot, they keep their base unsteady, bat coming from all the way top. It works out. It's not wrong, but the technique, the right technique, there's no right technique for the cricket, because game itself is vast, and every day it evolves, it moves around, it changes quickly.
Well, you said it. No better way to summarize, it's kind of what works for whoever, right? I mean, as I think it was a famous commentator who once said that technique is what allows you to score runs. As simple as that. To each his own.
I'd say that Jack Fraser McGurk from Australia Now everyone started him comparing to David Warner. We'll keep that discussion after this over. I think we were on the brink to finish. Wrong time to bring it up, but end of the over. Talking about Jack Fraser McGurk, who's got that heavy, high bat lift where he brings it like a baseball slog, where he tries to hit that, and it's evident and very apparent when he hits the ball that he's using much of force on the swing. So the more you swing, the languish you have, the more languish you get, you weaken yourself. On the other hand, that's one of his technique, but it works for him because he has the impact on the game. If he's playing T20 cricket and he has to have an impact of the game, and if he's trying to get the maximum out of the ball, that's how his technique is. On the other hand, let's flip our pages and go back. Virender Sehwag, a lot of people criticize the critiques of the game, telling him that he did not have footwork, but he scored 300 runs in the test game, and then he scored a couple of double centuries as well. So technique worked. And then later on, Rohit Sharma was criticized as well for fitness, and still he is. But the amount of timing he generates out of his batting, I don't think so any player would be able to play the amount of cricket, especially at India, if you don't have fitness. And look at David Warner too. And Joe Root. When you look at Joe Root, the Fab Four, one of the ambitious candidate in the Fab Four category.
Oh, that's beautifully bowled, just as we were speaking. An arm ball with dead Yuvraj Samra went through his defense. That is the beauty of a delivery. Round the wicket, hits the top of off.
It would take a special delivery to dismiss him, and it is that special delivery from Anil Kumar Saad, the opener, gets the top of like Venu says, and look at it. There's no real-time bat and pad, but gets better of Yuvraj with beating him through the air. Look at him. He was expecting the ball to come slightly slower and beats quicker through the air. He was ready for that pace. He got accustomed to an Anil Kumar Saad. We've seen this fall of wicket often today. This is not rare. First time it was Ahmed. And then it was Sukhwinder Singh. Sukhjit Singh, I beg your pardon. Now Anil Kumar Saad.
That was a brute of a delivery. Honestly, we have seen Yuvraj playing the same defensive shot in the previous overs, where he was playing for the turn. This one went through straight with the arm and at rapid pace too. He needed a special delivery, like you said, to get him out, and this was what Anil produced.
Surely, with the right paths, he's ticked. A harsh dismissal, but the bowler worked really hard to get the wicket. And when I tell this, Anil, trust me, it wasn't the batter who got out, it was the bowler who took the wicket.
Absolutely.
It is the bowler's name written all over the wicket.
Beautifully bowled and nicely played down the ground as well. So Nepal showing some real fight in here. Remember, it's not over till the fat lady sings, and this game can throw up some really big surprises. Cricket, as they say, is a game of glorious uncertainties, and surely we're seeing a lot of things happening today, which is leading towards that direction.
Extend that conversation, reminding you about 2023 Maxwell special against Afghanistan, when everyone thought that Afghanistan had better of Australia and they would have trounced them for 2015's defeat. But Maxwell had different plans. He came out of the book. His bat was nothing more than a magic wand, just being around everywhere.
Absolutely. I think that was probably one of the best innings you would have ever seen, given the context of the game, given what was happening there, and I just felt that
You would see in innings once in a lifetime, especially on the wicket Maxwell has played. He had sore legs, wasn't able to walk. His team had to carry him, but indeed his team had to carry him because he's a hero. Reminds me about the growth of cricket, especially when seeing Afghanistan has grown and most of the players from Afghanistan playing for the franchises across the globe. I see that happening to Nepal as well and Canada as well very soon, especially with Nepal. They've been the surge, their arc has been nothing less of growth. With the expectation 2027, it is when we expect Nepal to host the World Cup for women. And Nepal cricket investing a lot, especially in the players. It's just not the physicality of the players, but also the mentalness, making sure they get the right set of workouts, the mental awareness, the right approach towards the game. It takes a lot from it takes a lot. It's from one man. It is a panel. It is a complete panel who's put in effort for Nepal cricket. And it's not built in a day.
Absolutely, more than built in a day. And I think, yeah, coming back to the topic that we were chatting about before you just got out, Abdul, I think another candidate which I feel, which comes into that category of footwork versus timing, probably Travis, if I may say so. And if you see that, he also doesn't have any exaggerated footwork, but he has a very steady head, pun intended for Travis' head. His head is pretty steady while he bats, and the way he times the ball and hits the ball at the right angles, that's what matters. And I think to conclude our discussion, I just felt that yes, of course, footwork and technique sometimes might be overrated, but I think what's needed to kind of survive and thrive in that environment is a steady head to kind of meet the ball at the right time.
He brings one out. Glorious looking cover drive. Inside out shot. Gets 4 runs here. Gurnik.
I won't say he timed it perfectly, but he placed it well. He knew that the man was up, and he just went over mid-off, or kind of wide-ish mid-off, and a risk worth taking, given the ball which was slightly full.
25 runs required. 4 wickets. Can we see another blow from Nepal?
Actually, I wouldn't mind that if I was the bowler. I would want the batter to play that shot.
Fair enough. Just because it's falling to the trap, the cobweb you created.
Anil Kumar Shah conceding a single of the first delivery, and now he has a left-hander on strike. And if I was an off-spinner, I would be really happy with that outcome. As we all know, the great Ravichandran Ashwin, he just eats up left-handed batsmen for lunch, breakfast, and dinner most of the days.
Not as dietitian, can't say that, especially having you. For sure, that's pun intended, but Ravichandran Ashwin.
In the air and just over the infield. So they're creating some opportunities out here, Nepal. A bit of luck favoring the left-hander, I must say.
Can't agree more to the discussion about Ravichandran Ashwin against the left-handers. interesting statistic about him was that he had 249 wickets for the right-handers as well as left-handers. So most balanced and poised off spinner of the game in the modern day cricket.
As they say in mathematical equation parallel, LHS is equal to RHS, and that's how it is for Ashwin.
And he'll have some bruises there. He's groaning.
Yeah, I think he hit it right onto his toe.
And Nepal will have nobody but their batting to blame because the middle order were displaying some lackadaisical strokes. And that's where today they might feel 20-30 runs more, at least till 200. They might have pulled this game in their bag.
Yeah, I remember seeing the projected score at one stage where it was showing about 180, and looking at the game situation, they would have taken that anytime. It's not as easy as it looks to bat. There's a lot of turn on offer. Lalit Narayan resuming. 22 more runs required, but that 22 also looks like a tall ask given the conditions that we are operating on. I think another couple of quick wickets here would really put pressure on the Canadian team. Lalit comes on to bowl. Once again, beautifully bowled and nicely played as well. As we see a few seagulls flying around in the background. Sahib Singh batting on 10. In the air, once again, just falling short of the fielder. Lalit Narayan. Once again. Both the spinners keeping a tight leash on the batters, not giving away any easy runs. Nepal doing well out here. Make a match out of it. Played back to the bowler.
Will be a good game for Nepal to make a comeback and win from here. It'll be a daylight robbery. The game is still on with 4 wickets. The Nepal team can still do it.
As they say, it's a matter of 4 good balls. And beautifully played in the gap by Sahib Singh. That's a brilliant shot. Right off the back foot. He knew what he was doing. Played right in the gap and gets a well-timed boundary for Canada.
He slapped that one rightly as the bowler. It's the matter of 4 runs, not 4 wickets now for the high-performance team. Sahib Singh with Gurneek Johal.
Beautifully bowled there by Lalit Narayan. What a magnificent delivery to end the over. He was lucky to survive that.
The keeper did excavate the stumps. Looks like we're going to have drinks with 18 runs remaining.
And the commentary team would also have a bit of a tea break. We'll join you back in 5 minutes.
Nicely played towards the fielder and a wicket. That's a wicket that they might be looking for. Gurneeg Johil, he is landed into the fielder exactly. He just had to come forward, nothing much more. It looked like a nice timed shot, but to the fielder. He just gave a gift and good spirits to Nepal. Right in the slot, he might got a little too happy and carried away. And that finishes off with the fielder. A wicket going down for Canada High Performance team. Anil Kumar says that he is on the roll and the decision he asking his captain for a no has proved right. 3 wickets away Nepal to collect a victory. This will be a major upset for Canada High Performance side if Nepal picks more wickets and marches on to victory. in the block hole. And welcome, Venu.
Well, the conditions are looking very gloomy out here, both in context of what we have with all the clouds and with the game as well. For Canada, it's not looking that good, I must say. There's a bit of tension in the coaching camp while I just walked past their dressing room.
What's the information? Should be from the horse's mouth.
Well, I think the coaches are pretty optimistic that they should be able to finish it off, and they actually love this challenge, to be honest. They want to see a tough fight being given, and the game is pretty much in the balance, even now with 18 runs required.
Whose coach is optimistic? Nepal's team or the high performance side?
That's a good question. But I think you can see that definitely Nepal is upbeat, and right now, it's their camp which is looking more happy and more charged up.
It'll be very trashy for the high performance side to lose from this juncture. At this stage, it'll be a severe blow, not even to the game, but also to the confidence of this team. And once it looked easy, but
I think now the key is Gursajin's wicket.
we might have another five for Anil Kumar Shah, who's picked up 4 wickets. He's got another over that he can bowl.
That's right, we saw Shahid Ahmed Shahzai. Would be interesting to see if Nepal have any other aces of their cards.
Should have saved at least a couple for a scene or a situation like this. Would they be picking bones at the high performance side? Is it a good call to go against Lalit Narayan or just rotate it off?
I think they would love to play him off, to be honest. He's the bigger threat, I just feel, against the right-handers.
Lalit Narayan got some hugs, raises our hands towards the sky, causing some divine intervention. Against Oliver Cox, English county player. Likes to keep the ball ashore.
Oh, that's
Nicked off.
beautifully bowled.
Nicked off the surface, but not off the bat.
That was a beautiful delivery. Any batter coming up first up and facing that kind of a ball would be lucky to survive that. Once again, you could see the turn. It would be playing on the batter's mind. I wouldn't be surprised if Lalit Narayan looks to slip in the arm balls at some stage in this over.
Wicket of Oliver Cox will be of a great deal. Just like Samra's wicket got them in the game, Oliver Cox's wicket will be an inch closer to the victory, and it'll be just be a final nail to hammer in the coffin.
I just feel, Abdul, that they need to have a few more men around the bat just to create that pressure. Right now, I just feel that they are slightly more away from the bat, and there are a few more open spaces to consider taking singles. Just to put some more doubt in the batter's mind, I just feel that maybe get in a short extra cover or maybe even a silly point, which we don't see that often nowadays.
Because the approach of the game has been more power-oriented than ushering the ball, escorting it, guiding it. And that's the reason why that element has been missing. If you break the game into fragments, every part, especially the middle overs part, play vital role. That's when the innings build. And that's no run. Oliver Cox still remaining. End of 33rd over, 127 for 7. And I'm sure there might have been a fight in the comment section with with the fans of Nepal and the fanatics of Cricket Canada. Throw in your comments to see if it's your favorite team who's going to win or Nepal who's going to upset the very favorite Canadian high-performance team.
Nicely bowled once again. Anil Kumar looking for his 5th wicket.
To the gloves. Here's what last 4 balls the captain might have told him that give us your best 4. Let's dismantle the favorites in the game. Oh, lucky, very close to the pads here, just ticking off. Three balls remaining, and they're all energized here. The Nepal cricket team on the field, on toes. That's cut and a miss.
Still looking for that 5th wicket. Anil Kumar Shah. It would be a huge boost to him as well as the team if he gets one in this over.
Khurram Chauhan will not be happy. The head coach seeing the team lose from the stage, especially envisage. Just imagine Oliver Cox being bowled out or being caught behind. How big
he plays it out nicely.
How big of a turn of an event would have been?
128 for 7 after 34 overs. 16 runs for the Canadian high performance squad.
To quote it better, just like you said, matter of 4 good balls when they were lacking with 4 wickets. Now it becomes 3 good balls.
That's correct. As we see Lalit Narayan coming in once again, pick up his 2nd, although he has bowled much better than that, I must admit. 1 for 27 doesn't do justice to his figures. A lot of noise being made by the Nepal cricketers on the field. Oh, that's lovely bowling by Lalit Narayan. A lot of drift, turn and bounce on offer, and he's utilizing that to the max, enticing the batter to play across the line.
We'll have to wait. We'll definitely will have to wait.
Trying a good old trick there, Lalit Narayan, trying to change the position of the bails at the bowler's end. Something that Stuart Broad did recently against the Australians, which kind of worked in the Ashes last year.
Changing the bails with Stuart Broad, it did work. And were there any allegations of Stuart Broad? Ashes is always fun. Remember the wicket, Alex Carey? Alex Carey got Barrister.
Absolutely.
Test cricket's more fun, but you're accustomed to faster games and especially the development of T20 and T10 leagues might have taken that flair away from Test cricket, but it's an absolute carnival when the Test game happens between the 2 most fierce nations.
To be honest, forget the Ashes. I'm looking forward to the Border-Gavaskar series later this year. That's the most anticipated series. And imagine if India can repeat what they did in the last 2 occasions and make it 3-0 against Australia in Australia. That'll be a huge, huge accomplishment.
Well, sure, that has been buzz of the town because India's been unbeaten, but Australia's trounced them in the World Test Championship as well as the World Cup. So they've been their nemesis. So this will be lip-licking battle to watch out for. But what keeps me excited is that the battle between Nepal, Scotland, and USA. USA has always got better of the Canadian team, and Scotland has been one prominent team in the qualifiers, have always come through the qualifying stages. Has never been disappointing. So up against Nepal, who are on the verge, on the climb, will be an interesting game of cricket to see the players. This is the level of cricket that brings in the flair, the stubbornness in the cricketer. When your nation's growing, 130 for 7 wickets.
As we see a bowling change, Kushal Burtel coming in from the northern end. Would be interesting to see if he can have an impact on this game now.
He's rolling his arm for the first time in the game.
Correct. 14 runs required. Kushal doesn't have too many runs to play with.
Even if they go 1 and over, still the high performance side will win. It's the wickets that'll keep Nepal in contention.
Oh, that's beautifully bowled. Tossed up, drawing the batsman forward this time and missing the outside edge.
If they had an extra option alongside Lalit Narayan and one more spinner who's been bowling, I beg your pardon to miss his name out. Anil Kumar Sa was picked up 4 wickets. That's clubbed away for 6 runs by Oliver Cox. What a sumptuous shot by Cox up straight.
That's a rank long hop. And easily deposited over long on for a 6.
Look at that. He moves back and just takes a club at it. But they could have used him alongside Anil Kumar Sa. Here you go. See that again. Moves back, rocking back, and yes, he has transferred that.
Unfortunately, Abdullah, as we spoke earlier, they don't have too many runs to play with. Imagine an extra 30 runs out here would have been so handy. 170 or a 180 would have been a fighting score given the conditions.
The intent of the team that made a real-time difference, especially from the middle order.
Tossed up and went for the expansive drive and missed it.
Definitely enticed the batter, drived him forward.
But this should be relatively easier now for High Performance Canada. As we see another change in bowling from the pavilion end. wicket, taking care of the stuff.
What's better and what's easier? Give the deliveries of your bowling or 7 runs? I think 3 balls are much closer that can give you a wicket or a hat trick if you may see.
Really easy. And there we go.
Oliver Cox trying to finish things off in style. He slogs one up straight. Looking out for a new ball.
And with that, it is supposedly the end of the game. Probably some miscommunication in terms of the actual score. Looks like the umpires have called it the game.
We have a run remaining. What's happening? The score's 11. That's for the high performance team here. I'm surprised. That's taken away the punchline for Oliver Cox. He needed the limelight. I could have nicely told that he finished things off very well. Sumptuous shot by Oliver Cox. I'll complete the liner right now. We've got a little Ian Bishop's doppelganger here.
Oh God, yeah, but in the end, we must say, good fight shown by Nepal, and also, good finishing skills shown by the high performance team Canada, because it could have gone either way. This was getting a bit tricky, and good game to watch in the end. Abdul, I think made things a lot more interesting than we thought.
Equal force applied by both the teams here, high performance team Canada and Nepal till the very end. They did not lose any of the notes from their side, making sure that they fight till the very brink of the battle, not letting loose of anything. And look at that man on your screen, Yuvraj Samra and Shahid Ahmedzai, who being the highest wicket taker with 5 in this game, one made in 27 runs and with an economy of 3.52. He's been really splendid with the art of bowling. Today for Canada high performance side, and that'll be the coaches with a handshake. They'll go smiling, and a happy coach Khurram Chauhan on your screen with Ali Nadeeb, who was promising, but then later on faded away. And there's a lot of potential which is yet to come from the play of 2 more 50-over games which we will have. And stay tuned, and it was nice hosting you guys from me, Abdul Mukhid, and